Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dorothy's Armchair Psychology. I'm back. I've been in and out a little bit lately mostly because I've been working most of the time, but we're back to discuss some things, get this channel underway. It takes time, but you gotta keep pushing. Today, I don't know, one of my first topics is going to be about weight loss. I was out and about today and had a conversation with a couple of ladies about weight loss. And we talked about everything, mostly about how men don't ever seem to gain weight no matter what they do, no matter what they're doing. They don't seem to gain weight, and women can sniff a cookie and gain 10 pounds. I'm a person who I've had a weight problem my whole life. And it's just been something I've dealt with my whole life. I would have preferred to have lost the weight, but I just didn't put the effort into it the way I could. I would lose 30, 40, 50 pounds, and I would gain 30, 40, 50 pounds. And that's been a repeating factor in my life, even now, even last year, I lost quite a bit of weight. And by the end of the year, by the time Christmas and stuff got here, I had gained it right back. How do you like my new intelligent look? The glasses. I think they look pretty good. But that's something that each person has to go within themselves and find out where their problem exists, because no two people have the same problem. We all may eat, but we may be eating for different reasons. I think most of my eating comes from, as a child, I just associate uh, eating with good times, because there was always food around, there were always people around, there was always laughing and things like that. And I think I just associate eating with, fun or a good time or whatever you want to call it. I have to get over that. I'm a woman. I'm a certain age, and I need to get this weight off. Lately I find out that I'm having problems with one of my knees, and it's better now. But I had a day where I couldn't even get up on it. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go to work. So I know if I went to the doctors today, I know what he would say is you need to get that weight off. But in the meantime, I work on it all the time. I don't necessarily eat out of sadness. I know some people eat out of sadness, out of depression, out of anxiety, everybody has a different reason. That's why each person has to sit and figure out what it is that makes them eat the way they do. Not everybody is eating because they, can't deal with the stress of life. Like I said, I think I associate food with good times, and it makes me happy. And I just never put in the work I needed to put in to keep it off. I was able to get some of it off, but I never put in that work it does. And I know every day that it takes work to get weight off and keep it off. And even now, instead of giving in and giving up, I still intend to get this weight off. If it's like the last thing I do before I leave this earth. It's just something that I personally want to do, is get down to a size that I've never seen before. I'm a person who, I'm very tall. I'm 6 feet tall, and I've always been extremely heavy. At my heaviest, I can remember being 424 pounds. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can remember being 400, and the reason I know that is because I went to Weight Watchers and they weighed me. That was years and years ago. And I actually started at Weight Watchers at 413 pounds. And I think I lost 10 pounds and maybe another 3 or 4 pounds the next week. And then it went, you know, I think I got down to, what was that? Like 410, something like that. I got down to like 408 maybe. But then, I got back on that food thing, eating food and, you know, and see, when you have a job and are able to uh, hide that you're eating food, that's another problem too, Do you hide eating food? There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I don't eat very much," but you have to be eating something if you have that kind of weight on you. Most people. There are some medical problems. There are medical things that cause people to gain weight, but you just have to be aware of what is going on with you. Some people have thyroids. That's not my problem. I don't think so anyway. Some people have medications that make them gain weight and things like that. And that's never been my problem. I just never, like when I was exercising and stuff, that weight was coming off. But then you get tired of exercising, but you still want to eat, And like I said, I can't speak for every person out there. I can't call everybody out and say, "Oh, you got weight on you because you don't do this." I can't. I can call me out, and I can tell you that my reasoning is because I never uh, continued in the effort. I get, you get a little weight off, and you get very happy, and then you start treating yourself and celebrating, and next thing you know, the 30 pounds you just lost are right back on because they come on much easier than they come off. Um, like I said, you do have to take a hard look at yourself. It's hard to look at yourself, but you do have to take a hard look at yourself to figure out what your problem is. Talk to some people who won't be totally negative with you, but who will tell you the truth. And I think one thing every person should do, whether you want to lose weight, is, take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Often we look at ourselves in the mirror, but we really don't look at ourselves. When you're getting ready to go to a party, you look at that outfit, but especially if you're not pleased with yourself, you look at that outfit and it says beautiful, but you never really look at, yourself. It's like when you give the okay, sometimes you're giving okay to the outfit and not necessarily you. But it's a hard thing to do. Maybe to, undress and stand in front of a mirror and just really look at yourself. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to focus on your own body because you don't want to take a hard look at yourself. My motto is you have to lose your mind to lose the weight. Meaning you have to think totally differently. You have to learn to think totally different to get that weight off and keep it off. I have always been a person who returns the food, and not necessarily out of depression or anxiety or anything. I just love food. And I see me now, since I'm working in a grocery store, I see me now even more, because, you can get a lot of the stuff so cheaply, or I can grab stuff right before I come home. Bringing home cookies and cake and ice cream, which is a really big problem for me. Cookies, I may be able to make them last a few days, but I still see myself having those same habits. of just wanting to eat cookie after cookie after cookie, of just wanting to eat, two, three, four pieces of cake. You have to be honest about it. I'm being honest about it, that is really how I am with food, especially sweets. You know, I like greasy stuff. I like I like all kinds of things. I like health food. But it's just that you normally get to the other food first. You normally choose the cookies over the bean sprouts. And if I had some things different in my life, maybe different kind of people in my life, somebody who was a person who exercised and encouraged me, I probably would have been a lot different. But that's just not what I had available to me. And like I said, once I do uh, start, eating and wanting food, I forget about some of the other things. But I'm going to talk a lot more about this. I just want to say welcome to the channel again, and please subscribe, comment, like, and hit the notification button so you'll know when I put videos out there.